So I'm heading towards this gateway here, continuing the abstract line of Stopline Green. Right at the far end of the field, looking back at Hogwoods. It's about to cross over the A36. Let me show you what I'm trying to do here. So can you see there's the pillboxes there, all those blue pins? That's the pillboxes we've been exploring, Stopline Green. And then now we're crossing over the A36 here, blue spot, and then we're going to head down towards Freshford and another cluster of them. By my reckoning, we should be almost right opposite Abbey Lane. Oh yeah, there it is, look. So you can see the need for caution here. I'm going to wait for a gap in the traffic and then run. Okay. So I came down that little pull in there, you may see a green sign, cross the road here, and we're at the end of Abbey Lane, or the start of it. You can see there's lots at Freshford. There's the inn, there's a shop and a cafe, the mill. The trains back from Freshford are every hour, so I've got plenty of time. If I get down there and just miss one, I don't mind, there's plenty to do down there. I'm going to walk along here a couple of 100 yards. It will intersect with a road. We're going to turn right and drop steeply down. Gosh, look at those wonderful daffodils there. Cellophane flowers of yellow and green. That building there in front of us is the clubhouse for the football club. There's the pitch. Just past that, we're going to turn right and drop steeply down. There's two pillboxes down there I know exist, but I haven't been able to locate either, so I suspect they're on private property. But I am going to try a footpath which may allow me to see at least one of them from the side. I don't know. So the jigsaw's all coming together. I now know Hogswood is just over in that direction, about half a mile. So Stopline Green would have crossed the main road here. It's coming down, and the pillboxes are going to be scattered on this really steep hill going down. This is the football club here, look. Then you can see the other side of the valley, Bradford on Avon, Winsley. Gosh, look at that little dovecot coming down up on a post. So this is called Prospect House, and it's at the intersection of Rosemary Lane. Houses up there. We're going to turn right here, and it drops steeply down into the village, and we'll start picking up Stopline Green fortifications. There's several pillboxes down here. Two of them we'll definitely see. May be able to get inside one of them, I don't know yet. I'm going to try. And there's two that I roughly know where they are, but I haven't been able to even see them because I think they're on private property. We may be able to take a walk across the field, possibly see it from an angle. There we go. This is the steep plunge down into the village. Somewhere just the other side of that wall is one of the pillboxes. Whether I can see it from an angle or not, I don't know. I might be able to possibly walk off the side and look over the wall, or see if there's a footpath. You can see, oh, it says there's a footpath up there. That's promising. I've got plenty of time. This is where the road really does start to drop precipitously. This is Upper Mount Pleasant. The pillbox should be round here somewhere, I think. So that's the steep road down. So it looks like the footpath goes along here. Ladybird, look. Can you see how steep the slopes are? Somewhere along here. I wonder if we can get a side-on view of a pillbox. I wonder if that's it, just behind that hedge there sticking out. I don't know if this is coming out very well. The right hand of the two blue spots is me. That's, well, my phone, my Google tracking device. and then there's the pin for the pillbox. They're never 100% accurate. Sometimes they're, you know, about 30-40 yards out. So I was hoping to maybe see the pillbox, according to Google Maps, is over there somewhere, maybe in the V of this field. I've got my binoculars, I'm going to get them out and have a look. But this is one I just could not see before when I came down on the bike. It may be staring me in the face. I'm wondering if that's it. There's a little bit sticking out. Can you see, like, along this fence? There's a bit jutting out, which is just below that tree. That may be it underneath that tree. It looks like there's something covered in hedges. And there's a definite layer of something, some ivy around there, which would be about, what, 3 or 4 feet high. Whether that's it, and that's where it should be. Right, maybe go back there and just see if I can use that tree as the location. And the map legend says just Sharpstone type 24 pillbox. So at the boundary of the lane, Rosemary Lane, Upper Mount Pleasant, just below that tree behind this wall. I think that's where it is. And there's a public footpath sign. This is where the road becomes really steep, so just behind there, just underneath that tree, would be where I think the pillbox is. But I just noticed this plaque on the wall. It's a very grand looking arch, and it says former cottage hospital serving the community of Freshford and district 1897 to 1950. Gosh, grand arch into a cottage hospital. And now this is seriously steep down here. I remember coming up here on my bike and the back wheel was slipping. So one of the pillboxes was up there. I think, to the best of my knowledge, it was underneath that tree in the V, the corner of that field. But the other one is down here, along there off to the right. I rode along there before and it's private property. So the other one is on the steep slope coming down the hill this side. Again, private property, I cannot impede there. And you see why so much caution is needed down here. You get all the water running down here, I can actually hear it. A lot of residue and slime, moss on the ground. All that green algae-ish. Even the car's taking it easy down here. Seriously steep down here. You can see a lot of the water running off the fields. You can see there's a lot of water running down off the fields here. Just gives an indication. Quite shady and shadowy in here, and this little, almost like this little tunnel area. I was so careful coming down here on the bike because I know when I'd ridden up the first time the back wheel was slipping, so I was very cautious coming down here. Even walking down here you can see the hint of algae in the middle of the road. Just, you can feel the tension on your thighs holding you back, and my arches of my feet are like clenching a little bit whereas I'm trying to use my feet to brake. Gosh, look at the other side of the valley up there, look, hill on top. It's stop line green. 2 pillboxes down here, one on this side and one on that side, and then we're coming down to another pair here. I can show you these. We may even be able to get inside one of them. Let's try and find out today without the burden of having the bike to lock up. Can you see there's my blue dot, the Google homing dot with its wings right on top of this pillbox, and it says it's a type 24 pillbox. This is just a no through road leading up into those woods, footpaths I believe. So there's the pillbox there. So We're at the bottom of Sharpstone Hill. We had two pillboxes halfway down, one on the right, one on the left. Neither I could see, but I may be able to zoom in on Google Earth and use the satellite imagery to see if I can spot them. There's that one there. That's called Dunkirk Mill Cottage. And we're going to take the final drop down to the river level, and there's one right alongside the river that we may be able to go up to, possibly get inside. You can probably hear it, may be able to see it in this gap in the trees here. The white rushing water. Looks like they're doing a lot of construction work on the mill. Down here, look, the River Frome, which we're going to crawl down and join. It's lovely along here, isn't it? All the scuffed in round the mill and its adjoining buildings. It really is a precipitously steep wooded hillside down. You can just see the arches of the bridge, so we're going to go along, cross over. I may try and take a footpath this side, because the next pillbox, the partner pillbox to that one, is just along here on this side of the river. Gosh, look how fast it's flowing. A lot of glare from the sun, but we're now down almost at river level. And rather than cross the river on this bridge and take a lane, I'm going to see if I can walk alongside the riverbank, so I'm pretty sure that would bring us out by the pub in Freshford. We'll be cutting the corner off, in fact. Have to come out here when all that renovation work's finished, maybe have a look inside. Beautiful. Here's the bridge of the River Frome. Looking back the way we've come, the mill. We can continue on this minor road, which will go along there, but on this side is a pillbox. I've spotted it from where that gentleman is with his dog before, from the lane, but I think we can probably walk right alongside it, possibly go inside it. All the tree roots there. It says footpath along here. So instead of taking the minor road along there, heading that way to a T-junction, then turning left into Freshford, I think we can walk directly to Freshford and come out near the Freshford Inn and possibly get a good view of the pillbox, which is just over to my right. There's the pillbox there, look. This is what I was hoping. So I'd got a good view of this pillbox from over there when I rode along here. But I was pretty sure we could get up close to it. But it does look, from over there, it's more obvious. It looks like it's starting to lean and possibly drop into the river at some point, where this bank's eroded, I believe. I did notice from that view over there, it looks like it's not far off falling into the river. Whether they'll protect this one or maybe dismantle it before it falls into the river, causes pollution and damage, I don't know. So previously, when I rode my bike, I looked across to my left and saw this pillbox from the other side of the river. I remember thinking at the time, I know it's embedded in a concrete plinth or a base, but it looks like it's not far off collapsing and falling into the river. Can you see where the brickwork in the corner's gone? Then there's the concrete inner shell there, and it looks like the concrete base foundation is breaking up. Looks like it's not that many years before that eventually falls into the river. Really can see the inner concrete structure and then the brickwork, which is just all falling away. There's ivy damage, roots getting up inside and along here. Brickwork's all starting to pull away. Looks like we may be able to get inside this one. Oh look, you can see there, there's a big root gone up inside. The doorway's been forced apart. Look at that, the concrete's even broken away. I think this is fairly stable, possibly, and that is literally being pulled over into the river in effect. That's serious damage. Okay, let's go and have a look. Okay, here we are. That's looking along the riverbank towards Freshford. This is looking right down onto the river. So you get a line of fire for anything coming along that lane, trying to cross the river. That's downstream. Here's the internal blast wall. Then these are looking back towards the hillside of Sharpstone. The whole pillbox seems to be, it's starting to break apart, isn't it? The main body of it is starting to subside and fall into the river, and the outer structure, the door, is basically ripped apart, literally breaking apart. I'm not surprised it's pulled the brick apart, but I'm really surprised it's broken the concrete. That's serious subsidence, isn't it? Just leaving that pillbox there, from here you can really see the slope over to the left. There are lots of fortifications here. So there was the two either side of the lane coming down through Sharpstone. There's one at the foot of the hill opposite the mill. There's this one just over there behind some trees is another one that I've been to previously. That's the one I rode alongside, went over to, and it's right next to the river on the other bank, so the river's about to curve around to the right and it's overlooking the river, so the river will be on its left. That's the one where I went round and put the AI machine gun firing out one of the apertures. So I've been to that one before and inside it, and we're going to carry along here. Should bring us out right in the middle of the village of Freshford. About 100 yards further along, you may hear it and see it. Look at that white water. There must be some rocks or something, some obstacles underneath that, causing that water to swell up like that. Just round the corner would be the pillbox. Just through a wooden kissing gate alongside the river. Look how nice this is as you start to curl around towards Freshford. This is such a lovely walk. Line of sight right in front of us, there's a pair walking along the river bank. The other side there's the brick structure of that pillbox, Type 24. This is lovely up through these woods. Look on the other side of the river, the field starts sloping up. That hedgerow is the lane I rode along the other time. You may hear a car going up the steep hill just off the right. Halfway up or down that hill is that house there. That's really nice. We're walking up through these woods. Hear the sound of more white water down there. Must be flowing quickly, hitting lots of obstacles. We start to climb up slightly. The train from Freshford back to my local railway station, Oldfield Park, a couple of streets away from where I live. They're every hour, and they're round about the hour, just before, just after, and it's coming up to 1 PM now. I'm going to make my way slowly through into Freshford and through it, head down to the railway station. It's a lovely little spot, especially on a lovely day like this. I've got sandwiches, plenty of water. I'll have my picnic, my lunch on the railway station, I think. We've come up this slight slope, pulled away from the river a little bit. Looks like it's levelled out here as we make our way above the river towards the village of Freshford. So we've climbed up, pulling away from the river slightly and certainly gaining some elevation, and we've come up this stile where we can drop back down to the lower village, the Freshford Inn I believe, Kissing Gate here, but we're actually at the upper end of the village here. I was going to head to the station and have my lunch on the platform, but having seen that seat there, I think that's got my name on it for lunch. So we're actually in the upper village of Freshford here. Oh, this is so nice. That, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be my lunch stop. It's going to be my lunch spot. Got plenty of water, sandwiches, power pack to give the camera a bit of a boost. I'm just going to go through the book, read up about what we've done. Oh, what a lovely spot for lunch. Not far from where I actually want to be. Upper Freshford. Bon appetit. So I've had a lovely lunch here, plenty of water as you can see, charging devices, just really chilling out, reading my book. I'm going to go back down to that Kissing Gate and continue on the footpath, but I think it's going to drop down steeply towards the river and the village. Then we can maybe walk across the field and have a look at one last pillbox. Before then we come along the bottom of the village, round by the pub, start climbing up that hill. That car is just about to drive down it. We will end up down at the river level, start walking up, and then there's a turning off that way, left in this direction. It'd be right coming up the hill. That'd be Station Road, taking you down to a nose-through road which ends up at Freshford Station. I'm just in no rush, hurry to get home whatsoever. It's just so nice here. What a lovely spot for a picnic, so unexpected as well. So rather than head down into the village on tarmac, I'm going to rejoin the track here, the pathway. I'm pretty sure it's going to drop down and intersect the river just by the Freshford Inn. What a wonderful lunch stop that was. That was so unexpected. I can't stress it enough. This is not far from where I live, and I just didn't know this was all here. I mean, I know the area roughly, but I just didn't know the detail of it. It's only because I came up with my bus pass and my rail card and a sense of adventure and exploration that I actually came across this. Right, looks like this is the top of a rise, and we're going to start heading back down alongside the river. It looks like we're now starting to drop back down, intersecting the river. I can see the shimmer of it through the trees there, floods in the field, and we're dropping steeply. I'm pretty sure this footpath is going to come right alongside the river, and I think it's going to come out by the Freshford Inn in the middle of the village. Quite a steep drop down there, you can feel it in my thighs. Oh, this is just so nice. As we're coming down, you can see lots of blue flowers. Is that grape hyacinths? It wouldn't be bluebells this early, would it? Probably grape hyacinths. We've just come through the woods there, down this really steep track. Back down at river level. Here it is, the River Frome. There's Freshford Bridge. There's the woods. We've just come down very sharply, joined this field at that far corner. I've just come along to the river, facing in the sun, I'm afraid, a lot of glare. And there's pillbox on the other side of the river. That was the one I went to when I was on my bicycle. I went there twice. The first time I forgot my torch, so I didn't really go inside with the camera, and then I put the AI machine gun firing through one of the ports. Then the second time I came, the misty morning, I went in there with the video camera and some lights. So that's the first of the 2 Freshford pillboxes. So that line along there, the hedgerows, left to right, that's the lane behind there that I rode along to a T-junction, foot of the hill, and then see that gate over there. I left my bike against there and walked across the pillbox. And then there's one the other side of the bridge, which we can go and have a look at. The weather today has been absolutely fantastic. Probably a little bit overdressed in this coat. We've just walked back to the corner of the field from the pillbox over there. That was the way we came down through the woods, walked along there. Now coming back into the village. That's the inn at Freshford over there. Here's the 2 old road signs. There's a great side-on shot of Freshford Bridge, look. Cross over that, go and have a look at our last pillbox today. I could see why this area is so popular with walkers, whether I come at the weekend or on a weekday, whether it's nice weather or overcast and misty or cold, there always seems to be walkers here. So there's the Freshford Inn. Just round the corner to the left, the road starts going up steeply. After about 100 yards or so we turn off right down towards the station. But first of all, heading in the direction of those 2 walkers over the bridge, we're going to take that footpath along there, and there's a pillbox just over there, fairly well camouflaged, but I can see it from here. It's only because I know it's there. The first Freshford pillbox is just round the corner of this field, that bank of the river. We've just looked at it from right opposite that bank of the river, and then we're going to cross the river here through this kissing gate. We've just crossed the river bridge on the other bank of the river. So the first pillbox was along there, and its companion is just along here. Starting to get overgrown, although you can see the square brick structure. Got snowdrops still, just. And then here we are. We went in this one before. Let's try this one without a video light and see how the camera does. So the ones I've been in up to now today have been with a video light. This is without. This is just a low light setting on the camera. And I can't go any further because it's very, very muddy in here, which I would have probably spotted if I had taken the video light in. Along there you may see a couple of people, walkers in black, walking alongside the riverbank, and behind that would be the purple brick structure of the railway bridge from Bradford on Avon. Just the other side would be Freshford station, which is what I'm heading for. Then we'll be heading that way into Bath, a couple of stops. I did consider carrying on that way as I did before and getting on the canal at Avon and maybe getting the train that I'm booked onto from Avon. I just feel I've done what I wanted to do today. I don't want to overextend it. I'm trying to keep my videos a bit short as well, not make them too long. I'm going to leave the river footpath here, cross over the road bridge where that car's going, go round by the pub in front of it, turn left, start heading up the hill. After about 150-200 yards, turn off the right, take a no-through road down to the station about quarter or half a mile away. The road starts climbing steeply from the pub uphill out the valley. We take this right hand turn down Station Road, it's a cul-de-sac. It's a lovely walk down here. So Station Road is a cul-de-sac. It just goes by this narrow gap in between walled houses, then it'll open up a little bit and become farmland looking down at the river. And the station is just such a lovely, superb setting. Really is nice. Just looking forward to getting there and having about 15 or 20 minutes wait on the platform. So you just come around these few last houses round the corner, start dropping down, the landscape just opens up, and there's Freshford station. You can see the black and white sign right in front of us, just down the end of this lovely no through road. Just ends up in the car park of the station. There's the railway. Beach cottage down there. There's the course of the railway. That's what we're heading for, the station. I've enjoyed this walk so much, I'm going to do a lot more of these. When I explore Stopline Green over the Mendips, I'm pretty sure I'm going to make it a walking trip. So I'll probably take a backpack with some camping kit in, very minimal because I don't want to lug too much weight around, and just do an overnight and possibly use trains and buses. Oh, this is absolutely fantastic down here. It's just so nice. Let me show you what I'm heading for. Just a no through road, stops in a gravel car park, and it's the car park for the station. There's the railway bending through the valley. It'll be doing the same that way towards Bath. Old station house, maybe the station master's house. In olden days, sounds like a train's coming. Turns out there's a train coming from the Bath direction. Stopping maybe, yeah. Saw those people on the other platform. A couple of people just got off here. What a lovely station. It really, really is a nice station, this. Just down the end of a no through road. This glorious, glorious scenery. Look at that. Too nice to sit in. Lovely little seating area. The Freshford Station Gardens, opened in 2007, are a tribute to the Vasey sisters who lovingly tended a garden on this site for many years. What a lovely place to wait for my train. Well, I'm on Freshford Station. Such a lovely location this, in the Avon Valley, surrounded by these steeply wooded hills. Got about 10 minutes to wait for my train back to Oldfield Park. That way, 2 stops. If you got this far, thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed coming along. My next video will be a cycling video, but it will not be Stopline Green. It's going to be something a little bit springy, hopefully getting out and doing a slightly longer ride. So thanks very much for watching. See you soon. Bye for now.
Dust on the pews, whispers of old, ghosts in the walls, their stories untold. Broken hymns linger in the air. Echoes of the bell still have